What is going on, everybody? And in this episode, we are talking about tips to improve the listening experience for your podcast. Now, I myself have only been podcasting since late last year. I had to teach myself different techniques to help me improve my listening experience because a lot of my first episodes, they were very choppy when it came to the listening experience. I want to try to smooth that out and make it sound better. Now, if you have particular tips that could help other people watching this video, leave those down in the comments down below so I could pick up on some other things that can improve the listening experience and other people as well, because that's what we are here to do, is to learn from each other. So being said, the particular tool I am using today is Audacity. It is a free tool, and a tool, if you're first getting started out, is something you want to use. You don't need any of the heavy duty pro equipment to be doing this stuff to just get started, because you don't want to essentially create a roadblock to not get started. You want to just start, and once you start, you can improve yourself along the way, just like I have done. And again, these tips will help you improve and enrich that listening experience. So I will go ahead and pull up Audacity here. Now, I've already created a sound file here, which I'll play for you guys. This is a test for tips on podcasting by Discover Ignite Podcast. Now that's short and sweet, but the big thing you notice that there's a lot of background noise. And again, since I'm not in an enclosed area, soundproof room, there's a lot of echo. And one thing I found is that these techniques, they've helped me improve that. And they've also helped me improve, again, the smoothness of my audio experience. So the first thing I always do is, one thing to keep in mind when you are recording is to try to record 3 to 4 seconds of background noise. And this allows you to eliminate that background noise when you are going through your conversation. Again, it doesn't matter if you are in a soundproof room, that does help, but this it's just another layer to improve that quality. So the first thing I do is I select, again, that first 3 to 4 seconds, and then I'll go into effects. I'll go down to noise reduction, and I'll get noise profile. This essentially grabs that background noise. And then what I can do from this point is I will select the whole audio file, and then I will go back up to effect, back to noise reduction, and hit OK. And this essentially removes all of that background noise that you have. And this is something I've really found, because again, I don't have a soundproof room. So this definitely takes all that out and helps just that in itself helps the noise reduction dramatically. So the next thing I do is I actually go into compressor, because one thing you notice about when people are trying to listen to your podcast, you have to understand that a lot of times people try to download it because they may not have connection all the time. And so you want to kind of reduce essentially the sound file. So I do use the compressor here to do that. And then one of the other things I do use once that is completed is I do go back into effects, and I go into normalization. Now this helps for any kind of additional noise, right? You don't want your voice to just spike, or maybe you have an intro. That was one of the biggest things I had, is like an intro. My outros were really loud, and the normalization just made sure that my voice essentially carried along with the intros and outros, that it wasn't too high pitch or anything like that, because you realize that smoothness and that listening experience is taken away when you have those very sharp noises. And so this helps reduce a lot of that stuff and normalizes everything in the audio. So the next thing after the normalization is I like to come in here and go into filter curve. And then I go into manage and factory presets, and I go into tremble boost. And I like to actually remove this further down, because again, I don't want a lot of spikes in, whether it's in my voice. Maybe for some reason, my voice gets really high pitched at some point, trying to emphasize something. I want to make sure that everything, again, is try to as smooth out as possible. So I use the tremble To help with that, I like to keep it under essentially the 6 dB is what I like to normally keep it under. And then after that, I go back and I normalize that again. And then one more time, we're going to go back into effect. We're going to go back under filter curve, and we're going to increase our bass this time. We're going to go manage, filter presets, and then go bass boost, and also drop this below 5 and hit OK. So some of those, maybe there's a particular pitch in your voice at some point that's a little lower than others, right? We're trying to just raise and lower the high pitch and low pitch and try to equalize everything, again, to make that smooth transition. And then go back into effect and then normalize again. And then that is essentially what I do. Now we're going to go ahead and listen to this and just listen to the quality. This is a test for tips on podcasting by Discover Ignite Podcast. Now, if you notice that there is the sound quality for this is a lot better. Now, this is something I've been doing for after I got about 10, 15 episodes in, I started doing more of this stuff to help, again, with that smooth transition in my audio experience. But just by doing this alone, it helped dramatically. So if you get started out, again, if you have tips that can help other people, drop them down below. Again, I use Audacity. It's a free tool. If you know other tips and tricks for Audacity, please leave those below. Again, I am very new to Audacity, but again, the tips that you learn along the way, they help. Perhaps there's other techniques out there that you can teach me or teach other people out there that are watching this video, and they too can improve their, essentially enrich the audio experience that they have for their podcast. So remember, if you've made it this far, to hit the like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.